What up, everyone? Back for another video. Long time no see. I was totally ready to do this video the week after I did my monthly review, but so much shit happened and I got so fucking sick, like unbelievably sick. Then I was traveling, so blah excuses. Either way, back here now. Monthly review should be not too far behind. You probably tell by my voice I'm better now, but I'm pretty sure I like damaged my vocal cords permanently because I think I had like strep or something like that. So this is just my voice now, so this is just who I am. Anyway, we got the Loot Crate TMNT crate. I'm pretty sure this is crate number 3, but it's very hazy exactly which crate it is because they also went out of order. This is the third one I've gotten, but I think it might be technically numbered number 4. But either way, whatever you want to call it, 3 or 4, here it is. So we're going to go through this, and normally I put things in the monthly review, but this is kind of a specialty crate. You had to go out of your way to buy this specifically, or this group of them, so I feel like they need their own individual reviews. So this is a little bit late at this point now. I was new when I originally was going to do it, but now it's kind of late, so the values may not be super accurate, but they still should be pretty close. So if you look up some of the values now, they might have gone up or down a tiny bit, but still the general idea of that, because, you know, over time things do change. Anyway, let's just get right into it. First item we got here, some oven mitts. And it's funny, we actually got 2. Whenever we get oven mitts in boxes, we always usually just get 1, which is fine, but we actually got 2 here, which is great. But that's it's just a little bit weird. And it gives a little warning on there, do not handle over a certain heat, because I realize this as well. Oven mitts like this are only meant to handle a certain amount of heat. If you're touching something that's over a certain amount of heat, you need something like I have over here that has like a rubber sole to it. So I learned that the hard way too, had I known that, so I understand why they put that sticker on there. But this is going for about $12 to $15, which I think is pretty fair because, you know, I think the value is not that high because not that many people use oven mitts these days. And if they do, they usually get the heavy-duty ones that can handle all the heat versus these kind. But they're still cool, and they're of the little pizza monster guy, which is one of my favorite episodes. So 12 to 15 on that. Then we got a very nice pin of a Triceraton, and that's going for about $7, which honestly I feel like is a little low because it's a good size pin. It's very nice, but yeah, only about $7 on that. Then we got an apron, and again, I've gotten so many aprons in boxes, and I've never used an apron. I've never known anyone that's used an apron. My entire life, I've never seen a single person use an apron. Someone said in the comments, maybe it's just where I am. Maybe in SoCal, people just don't really use them. So maybe it's popular somewhere else, but I've never had any use for them. But this goes for about $15 to $20. And nothing super special about it. It's just pretty plain white. And then it's just got the logo there on the front, which is probably like an iron-on type of situation. So 15 to 20 on that. Then we got a license plate. Party wagon license plate. I've always liked these because they're just fun decorations, and they always make them out of metal, so it makes them seem genuine. I've always kind of wanted to collect license plate because I've always seen license plate art through my life where they like chop up the letters and make it say something cool. So I've always kept like my old license plates from cars and things like that. So me personally, I've just always thought it was cool. The quality on this is pretty decent too. It's obviously not as high quality as a real license plate. There's like some small differential things, but I think that's a legality issue. They can't make it look too realistic. But overall, it's good in quality, and I like that. So this is going for about $20 to $25, and it's actually made of metal, so I think that's reasonable. Then we'll go right on to the figures, because those are, I'm pretty sure, the only items left in here. So first off, we got Scrag, and then we got Donatello the Dark Turtle. So something to note here. I'm going to be giving some different values here, and I'll explain why. So the Dark Turtle goes for a little bit more. This goes for roughly like $130. So as I was saying, this is the type of things the value goes up and down a little bit, because when you get into something this expensive, you can vary a lot when you get to auctions versus buy it now. So the buy it now price for a good condition, when one's not damaged, mind you, you probably have to pay closer to that $130. But if you want to be patient and wait for an auction, you could probably get away with getting it at a cheaper price, and then every once in a while someone will list it for $130 but have a best offer. So it's very general because this has kind of gone up and down a bit, but around $130 on that. Then Scrag, pretty close, about $120, which is very surprising because they're just so very obscure as far as characters are concerned. They both had a very brief appearance in the cartoon show, so I'm kind of surprised they're actually selling for that price. Because some of the other figures we've gotten, like the Shredder, that was the Claw Shredder, that's really not going for much at all. Even though it's still just as exclusive and it's still about as obscure as these two, that's going for a much cheaper price. That's still only going for like 50 or 60. So I was pretty surprised to see that these are going for such a high price, but they are. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's some popularity, some like cult following to these specific characters. I'm not sure, but it seems very high in my personal opinion. Now, one of these figures, I'm assuming, doesn't belong in here. So if you think back to the original crates, it was a set of 4 crates. You could buy one, I think it was $50, and then you could buy a whole set for $200. And when you did that, you got an additional bonus figure in one of the boxes. And I'm pretty sure that's what this is. One of these is the bonus figure you got when you bought all of them. So it's not really fair to put that into the value because not everyone technically got that. So I'll be giving overall values based on both scenarios. So, given if you incorporate everything in here, all the values, on the low end it's $292 and on the high end it's $317, which is crazy. Way higher than any of the other boxes and significantly better than any of the other ones. But if you take out one of the figures, the value gets to be around $162 on the low end, $187 on the high end. So I think that's a more fair evaluation because exactly what I said, not everyone got that bonus figure. If you bought individual boxes, you technically didn't get one of those figures. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the box we got an extra one. So I think that's a fair evaluation. But even with that, that is crazy good. That is really high. So if you look on the last video, the crate number 2, the value is still good because, again, just the fact that it has an exclusive Ninja Turtle NECA figure makes it worth it, undeniably so. That just has all the value with that one figure. That's how it was the last box. That figure made it worth it. Everything else is pretty much crap, and it was still just barely worth it. This, all the other stuff in here is actually decent in quality too, which is rare for Loot Crate. Usually their specialty boxes are absolute garbage, with very few exceptions. So these NECA ones were essentially garbage as well, but the fact that they put in that exclusive figure made it worth it regardless of anything else that's in there. So this one stands on its own, having held value for all these items, good quality on all these items, so I'm very impressed by that. And to an update on the last video, most people got the wrong shirt on the Ninja Turtle crate number 2. So if you watched that one, you saw that I got the wrong shirt and I had to contact Loot Crate. Now I have an update because it's just now getting resolved. However many months ago that video was, it's just now getting resolved. So I reached out to Loot Crate because it was such bullshit that they gave a completely wrong shirt. So they said, yeah, we're aware of the situation. We're sorry about that. So we'll send you a replacement shirt. And it was just kind of a random shirt they have, which I don't think is a good solution, but you know, it's better than nothing. So it took them months and months to respond. They give the initial response like, hey, you received your message, we'll get back to you. And like once a week I would get a message like, hey, just so you know, we haven't forgot about you, it's just in the queue, which I appreciate. That's nice of them to do. And then like this week they're like, okay, we're finally sending it out. Still hasn't gotten here, so I don't know what it is, but from what they explained, it was just one of their shirt of the weeks. Has nothing to do with Ninja Turtles. It's just a shirt to replace it. Because not only was mine the wrong shirt, it was the wrong size too. And it's like, you guys, for fuck's sake, like, come on. Like, step it up a little bit. So it seems like this box had, I'm assuming, some of the items that were delaying the other boxes. I'm assuming that some of the items that were in this box were supposed to be in other boxes, making them better, but they got delayed or held up, and they didn't want to hold the boxes anymore, so they sent them out with less items, and now we're getting those extra items here. Again, I don't know that, I haven't confirmed that, it just makes sense that that's what's happened. So that's the whole story in a nutshell of everything I've dealt with here. So again, very surprised about this box. As far as a score on it, honestly, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think they did a fantastic job. Even if you take out the bonus figure, the value on it's still fantastic. It came out to be, if I had to figure out taxes and shipping, probably like 60 something, $60, $65. So given that, you're getting almost triple the value without one of these figures. With the extra figure on there, you're getting like, I don't know, like 5 times the value. Pretty crazy on that. So it's really fantastic. Everything in here is exclusive. The fact that it's NECA figures is just even better because I'm a huge fan of those. Got a whole wall of the NECA turtles over there, so absolutely great. But Let me know your opinion on the comments. This is quite a short video, not much else to say about it. There's supposedly one more crate coming at some point. We have no idea when or what it's going to have. One figure, two figure, we don't know. I don't even know if this technically was number 4, but one more showing up, so we'll talk about it then. I'm waiting on one more box to do my monthly review, and we should be back to it. So I always say I'll see you next week, but something always comes up, some horrible disease that I acquire, so who knows. But for now, TMNT crate, let's hear it in the comments. Thank you all for watching and supporting. Love you all. Peace.